Today's book review is Amy Snow by Tracy Rees. Hi guys, I've decided to do this book review. It is Amy Snow by Tracy Rees because I'm actually about to start reading another one of her books, so I thought I'd do this review for this book. Amy Snow, it was written maybe 5 years ago, thereabouts, so it was a wee while ago from I've read it, but it was a wonderful book and just it's put me in the notion to read another book by this author. It's a good read. It is, I would give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Quite a lump of a book. It is, let me see, 551 pages. So it's quite a lump, quite a tome, if you like. I think anything over 500 pages is rated a tome. Very easy to read though. I remember when I was reading it, I was well into it from the first few pages. I love that about a book, whenever you read a book and it grabs you right at the start. So this particular book, this is a spoiler-free review. Anything I tell you can be gleaned from the very back cover. The story begins with a baby found in the snow, a girl baby, and she is rescued and taken to the nearby big house where she's taken in, and she's christened Amy Snow because she was found in the snow. And she's brought up, but she isn't very well treated by the family. The only person that treats her really well is the young heiress of the family, who treats Amy like a sister and just loves her. But the heiress is called Oriella. But Oriella dies at the very, she's in fact, at the very beginning of the story, I think she already has died. And Amy is bereft. She was her only friend in this house. But Oriella has left Amy a bundle of letters that she wants Amy to read in a specific order, and she leaves the letters like a treasure hunt. So the whole story, that's where the story begins, and there's a key, a coded key throughout these letters, and Amy goes on a journey from starting out from the house where she was brought up in. I think Amy in the story is sort of a young woman, maybe late teens, that kind of age from what I can remember. Could be wrong in that, but she is a young woman at this stage, and she gets her first letter and she goes in search of what Oriella is leading her to find, and she has no idea. She has no idea where she's going to get money. She has no idea how she's going to live. She's got no idea where her journey is going to take her. So we go through the whole story with Amy, following Oriella's letters, and the letters are dotted throughout the whole book, and we meet a whole host of characters. There's one particular woman, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to spoil the book for anyone that reads it, but there's one particular woman in this story, and she's just such a feisty, funny and yet very striking character, and she takes no nonsense, and she's brilliant. Really love this character, and you'll know who I mean if you go ahead and read the story. She's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, we go through this whole journey, this whole story with Amy to find out where Oriella is leading Amy, and to find out where she goes. Amy has no idea how she's going to live, what money she's going to live on, because she doesn't have any money, and she's gradually led on this whole treasure hunt to find what it is that Oriella wants her to find out and wants to leave her. So it's a brilliant book. I remember being drawn into the story, drawn into the characters. Characterization's good. The only thing that I say, I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. I find that the reason I've dropped a star is I find that by the time I was kind of getting about 3/4 of the way my way through it. I kind of knew where the story was going, and it wasn't just quite as big a surprise at the end as I would have liked it to be. But that said, it didn't put off my enjoyment of the book. It didn't put me off the enjoyment of the story. And I would highly recommend, if you're into historical, oh, that's right, it's set around the time, what year is it set in? 1848. 1848 it begins. So we're talking the mid to late 1800s, this whole story set. So if you're into historical fiction, if you're into historical fiction, women's fiction, because it's a woman's story really, with just a little bit of romance, it's well worth giving it a go. It's well worth reading. Yeah, so a good solid 4 out of 5 stars. Bit of a mystery, bit of a historical, little bit of romance. Yeah, well worth the read. Slightly different from the normal kind of romance that you would read, but there isn't an awful lot of romance, so don't be getting the book for the romance. It's not like that. It's really a wee bit of a mystery and a wee bit of a treasure hunt set in the 1800s by this girl who doesn't know where she came from. She was just left in the snow as a baby, and it's all about finding herself and finding out what her best friend in the world wanted for her after she had died. So really well worth reading. Recommended. Bye for now. See you again next time. Bye.